I think the beauty in this contest here tonight, though, is that we've already met up against these Lady Bulldogs once this year at the Haskell tournament, and we come away with a win in that game. Hopefully we can do the same here tonight.
Yeah, Wagner, the Lady Indians, we talked about this earlier before we went on the air about, they really struggle with a lot of different areas. It's hard to say or to say what do they need to do. I mean, does anybody have the answer to that?
Well, I don't think we do. I think Coach Forkeeler would have already kind of had that addressed. But, everybody's got an opinion. Right now these girls are just playing. They play scared. They really do. Nobody's out there wanting to take charge, take control. And it seems like we've got several girls that don't necessarily want the ball. Yeah. We've got a few that are willing to look for their shot. Faith needs to be willing to take some shots here and there. Jessica Benson, she's always looking for the shot, but she needs to be taking good open shots. And we just have to do a much better job of protecting the basketball. We turn it over too much.
Yeah, and the biggest issue is now we're on the bottom half of the schedule, yep. And it's going to get tougher.
Yeah, it is. We've got to with Fort Gibson coming up again. We've got Miami coming up. So
we're here getting set for the national anthem. We'll do that. And then we'll get you started on the floor here. All right, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the starting lineup for you in the game between the Catoosa Lady Indians and the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. We'll be right back.
Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology's flight program is designed to get you flying in your first week. You can spend less time in lectures and more time practicing what you've learned, so you could be certified in only 12 months. Also, our degree graduates are able to go for their ATP certification with reduced flight hours. Train for a career as a cargo, corporate, or airline pilot. For more information on starting an exciting new career, go to spartan.edu.
We're back to the Catoosa Activity Center. Glad you could join us here for the Catoosa Lady Indians going up against the Lady Wagoner Bulldogs.
Yep.
And it's going to be like we were talking about earlier, Jimmy. The Lady Indians, we're on the back half of their schedule. Still got a long way to go, obviously, but. Things don't get any easier.
Well, we talked about the quality of the teams we have coming up, Johnny. We've got Locust Grove coming up again. We've got Miami. We've got to play Fort Gibson again. We have to play Hilldale again. So, yeah, this is going to be a very, very challenging schedule as we kind of wrap up this regular season as we move on forward to the district and the regional and whatever lies beyond that.
Yeah. Well, they're setting doing the intros right now for the Lady Indians. The Bass, Jessica Benson, Emma Roy, Autumn Miller will be, and Faith Hopkins. And, we talked earlier before the season started about Faith Hopkins in particular. We thought, she's going to be the key to this ball game, but that really hadn't come to fruition.
No, not really. She's we got a lot of quality minutes out of Faith as a freshman. We talked about sometimes she had a little foul trouble here and there, and sometimes didn't realize that she needed to be on the floor rather than sitting on the bench in foul trouble. She's done a better job of that this year, just simply unable to really take the ball and just go score like she could at times last year.
Yeah. Well, the Lady Bulldog Wagner's been struggling quite a bit this year, along with the Lady Indians. So this will be kind of an interesting ball game. Emma Roy throws it up, but it's blocked, and Lady Wagner, the Wagoner Bulldogs come away with it. Glad you could join us here this evening. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. Bill Schaus taking the night off. Out of bounds on the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs.
And I will say, Johnny, it is nice to have you back up here, back on the mic. Yeah, you've been doing the producing. You've been doing the video. You've been kind of helping down on the in-house announcing. So you have a lot of other jobs to do here on game night.
Yeah, it's been nice to step away, but I miss the play-by-play and glad to be here. I missed Bill not being here, but number 10 is Frankie Clark. We'll give you the Wagner setup here in just a second. Delaney LaBasse on the outside, feeds to Benson. Benson looking inside, pushes back out to Delaney. Back out to LaBasse. Hopkins on the outside, pull-up jumper, no good.
Yeah, Faith missed. She's missed. She hadn't hit the rim yet. She's taken 2 3-point shots, unable to hit the rim. That's kind of what we talked about a little bit. Her scoring hasn't been quite to the level that it was last year.
Yeah.
But I do like the fact that she's willing to look for her shot, take a shot. So.
Turnover by Wagner. Here comes Delaney LaBasse. Benson with the 3-point shot, no good. Lady Bulldogs away with the rebound.
We talked about Jessica again, just now in our pregame. I tell you, she's one of these Lady Indians. She's willing to take a shot, and I like the fact that people are looking for their shot before we have a chance to turn the ball over. Some of them will fall.
Yeah. Tony Coleman gets the 2-point for Wagner. Benson on the outside to Emma Roy. Faith Hopkins drove the baseline and was fouled in the process. Feed to Autumn Miller for 2, no good.
Yeah, Indians started out 0 for 6 on field goals. But they've taken care of the ball, haven't turned it over, able to take some shots.
The foul's on Frankie Clark.
Yep, think they got Frankie for an illegal screen, offensive foul, so turns it right back over to the Indians, and here we go.
Well, scoring's been kind of sparse for the Lady Indians, and I think that's probably been, there's a lot of different aspects, but one of the keys is, and you mentioned it earlier, they seem to be kind of intimidating Jessica Benson with the 3-point shot, is that they've been kind of apprehensive just shooting the ball. They've just been, especially in the Port City, they were just not a lot of points scored.
No, they've played a little bit nervous over this last 6 or 8 games, and it shows that, when you play nervous, you make mistakes, you turn the ball over, and you're not looking for your shot because you're afraid to fail. You're afraid to miss it.
Yeah.
I have liked what I've seen here tonight, though. I think we've 1 out of 7 on field goals, but we've shot the ball every possession, I think, before we've turned it over. So that's a nice change.
Yeah, Benson comes down with the rebound. LaBasse brings it down for the Lady Indians. Out to Emeroy. Emeroy is looking for Autumn Miller in the middle. Nothing there. Hopkins tries to feed to Emeroy. Bad pass, actually. I think she was anticipating Emma moving toward the basket, and that didn't happen. Shot by Wagner, no good. Benson comes away with the rebound. LaBasse. Drive, pull up, jumper, no good. That's going to be out of bounds on the Catoosa Lady Indians.
Yeah, 5 minutes in here, Johnny, and it's 3-2. So both teams, struggling to score, but
yeah. 3:09 left here in the first quarter. Not a lot of scoring. We look for that to change, though. I think once they settle down, relax, and just start playing some basketball, that'll probably change, hopefully. Shot way off. Hopkins with the rebound. Not sure what the foul was. It was maybe out of bounds.
She stepped over the end line when she got that rebound.
Shot by Frankie Clark is no good. Autumn Miller, Jessica Benson, pull-up jumper, 2 points. Benson has all the points so far.
She does. All 5. Yep, doing a good job so far. We've talked about getting shots. Some of them would start falling, and they certainly have.
And that's traveling. Well, you mentioned earlier Wagner was struggling just about like the Catoosa Lady Indians, and you can kind of see that as they.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they come in here with a 3-13 record. Like I said earlier, Lady Indians come in 5-11, so a little bit better, but definitely need to come away with the win here tonight.
Emma Roy with the pull-up jumper for 2. That's what they got to do. They got to shoot the ball. I mean, that's the way we make points. Just shoot it. They've got some shots, and these girls can shoot. They can make points. They just haven't been doing that.
No, they've proven that. I mean, they go the first probably 4 minutes of this game and don't have any, and they put up 7 real quick.
Yeah. Foul's on Emma Roy. That's her first personal foul. And the first team foul on the Catoosa Lady Indians. Marlene Medlin checks back in for Wagner. 1:49 left here in the first quarter. LaBasse brings it down over to Jessica Benson. Autumn Miller drives, and she is fouled. Good play by Autumn.
Yeah, pretty good move there. Able to get free of the defender and takes it right to the rim. Gets fouled from the backside, goes to the line. Hopefully she can knock down 2 free throws here.
Autumn Miller to line, shooting 2. The first one no good.
It did everything but go in.
Yeah. Tony Coleman back in for Wagner. Miller gets the second one to go in. Lady Indians lead at 8-4 here with 1:31 left here in the first quarter. Shot by Tony Coleman is no good.
Yeah, good defense right there by Autumn. She really didn't give her much of a chance to get that shot off.
Yeah. Emma Roy with the rebound, moves it outside, gets it back out to LaBasse. .50 left here in the first quarter. Benson on the outside. Shoves it over to Delaney LaBasse, back to Benson. Benson looking inside, nothing there. Almost lost the ball. Hopkins drives to the right, then moves left. Back out to LaBasse. Over to Benson. Emma Roy looking inside, she walked. Yeah. They'll give you one step, they won't give you two.
No, that's a good call. You know, Emma's had a little bit of an issue with that all year, but not so much as of late, but definitely traveled there before she put it on the floor.
Yeah, Maria Nass in for the Lady Indians. Maria's been getting quite a few minutes of game time, especially in the Port City.
Yeah,
it's been good for her.
Yeah, it has, and you know, you need that size in here. And you know, Maria, she's over 6 foot tall, so that's pretty important thing in basketball, really.
Right. Benton for three, off the mark, no good. Into the first quarter. Indians up 8-4. We're back. We'll be back. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network.
At RCB Bank, you are not just a number. You are our neighbor, friend, coworker, PTA partner, business owner down the street, and so much more. We value our relationship with you. We are here to serve you at any of our locations or online at rcbbank.com. With over 50 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, we're everywhere you need us to be. RCB Bank is your hometown community bank, interested in your financial well-being. RCB Bank, that's my bank.
Welcome back to the Catoosa Student Activity Center. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. The Catoosa Lady Indians hosting the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. 8 points in the first quarter, Jimmy. Not a lot, but, you know, we're still up.
Yeah, slow start for the Lady Indians, but one thing they did, took good shots, just couldn't knock them down. I think it went 0-6. Then they started making a few, and over the final probably 3.5 minutes of the first, put up 8 points. Pretty good turnout so far. Jessica Benson, 5 points. Emma Roy knocked in 2, and Autumn Miller had the one lone free throw.
Yeah. Well, we need some more scoring from people like LaBasse and more from Emma Roy, and especially Hopkins. I mean, I'm not sure what's going on with Faith. She seems to be a little bit apprehensive, although here she is with a drive, and she's going straight to the basket with no results. But, you know, you can see Faith kind of pulling back a little bit, or at least we did during the Port City, because, I mean, the one game that she had within 2 minutes or 3 minutes, she had about 3 fouls, and so,
yeah,
you know, you can't let stuff like that intimidate you. I mean, you still got to go out and play your game.
Yeah, you do, and you know, she got this game started off with 2 pretty wild 3-point shots, but I expect that Faith will settle in, and you know, when it's all said and done, she's probably going to have 10 or 12 points, maybe more. It's just a matter of calming down and making that happen. You know, she's capable. We've seen it many times, and she'll get there. Just simply going to have to make a few.
Yeah. .20 is Marlene Smith. Traveling call on the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs.
That's one thing. Wagner's helped us out a little bit in this, you know, in the turnover battle. Something that the Lady Indians normally probably come up on the short end of the stick with. This Lady Bulldog squad's helping us out. They've turned it over several times.
J.C. Beach in there now for the Lady Indians. Hopkins, Miller, LaBasse, and Beach, along with Maria Nass in there. Nice shot by Faith Hopkins. Gets the 3 points. 12-4 here with 6:55 left here in the first half. Shot by Wagoner, no good. Maria gets the rebound, but didn't get any help in getting rid of it.
Yeah, nobody'd come give her a way to throw the ball.
Yeah.
she continued to fight, held on to it until she ultimately got fouled, though.
Yeah.
So
Megan Hopkins commits the foul for Wagner. Yeah, you got to go give her some help. I mean, she can't be out there in the corner by herself. Faith Hopkins over to Beach. Beach back to Hopkins. Hopkins drives right up the middle. Loses control. Tries to get rid of it. Let's see what they're going to call here. Probably a jump ball. Lady Indians will inbound. 12-4 here with 6:28 left in the first half. LaBasse inbounding. Gets it to Autumn Miller. Autumn Miller turning around jumper, no good.
yeah, she had a good look right there. Maria came over and set up a perfect screen. She cut off of it, had the ball right in the middle of the lane. Just couldn't knock the shot down.
Number 2 is Kara Bruce.
Yep, that's going to be an offensive foul on one.
Yep.
She pushed her in the back.
Fouls on Abby Humphreys.
Yep, that was a good call, too. Everybody saw that one.
Yep.
I mean, she gave her a shove, and baseline officials saw it.
Jessica Benson will inbound for the Lady Indians. Delaney LaBasse brings it down. 12-4, Lady Indians lead. Benson with the three-point shot. Hopkins loses control momentarily. LaBasse loses control, and then she loses the ball. Goes over. That should have been, looked like a traveling right there, but she got away with it. Abby Humphreys gets the 2 points.
Yeah, Delaney thought she was going to maybe take that shot when she was receiving that pass, and the indecision on whether she was going to shoot it or not, she just took her eye off the catch.
Into Benson, back out to Autumn Miller. Turnaround jumper for 2. That's good. Nice shot by Autumn Miller. She got that shot down, and she just needs to take it more often. Wagner calling timeout. We'll be back to the Activity Center. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network.
I guess you can say influence comes in all shapes and sizes. It can push you around and make you feel stupid. It can pressure you to do things you're not really into, and to try to fit in no matter what. It's when you start to recognize the influences around you that you can stand up and just be yourself. My name's Gina, and this is what Above the Influence means to me.
Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. We're at the Catoosa Student Activity Center in Catoosa, Oklahoma. It's the Catoosa Lady Indians hosting the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs, 14-6 here with 5 minutes left here in the first half. Glad you could join us. Wagner, turnaround jumper, 14-8 now. That, you can't leave a person out like that all alone. They're going to just sit there and shoot that shot all day long.
Yep, they will, and they've made the last 4 points, so have to continue to kind of keep that margin that we had there.
Autumn Miller with the shot, no good. Rebound goes to the Lady Bulldogs. Tony Coleman gets the turnaround jumper. 4:32 left here, 14-10, and Catoosa, again, a little bit apprehensive. They're letting Wagner back in the ball game.
Well, Wagner's came back here. They've made the last 6 points. We did have a 10-point lead. That has real quickly dwindled to only a 4-point lead. That was a pretty good shot right there. The other one, the LaBasse turnovers, took it the other way, got the layup. Coach Forkiller, she realized we're not going to be able to just pull away from very many teams, and I need to kind of let these girls know that you have to take care of business here.
Yeah.
And that's probably what she told them.
Yeah.
They kind of got a little comfortable, had a 10-point lead quick here, and there's nothing for certain here. And this.
Yeah, especially going toward the bottom end of the schedule. Everybody has had a lot of ball game, a lot of experience under there. I mean, they know what they need to do, and they certainly have worked on it. Benson with another 2-point shot. So, the schedule gets tougher and tougher, even though we play the same team maybe, but The schedule gets tougher because everybody has the experience under the belt. They're ready to play.
Well, it's just, you play the same teams twice, but a couple of them are really good teams. That Hilldale squad's good.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Fort Gibson. I mean, I still think they're ranked top 2 or 3 in the state and are every year. So,
Fort Gibson, I mean, Locust Grove coming in
Locust
town
Grove
on Friday night. That's homecoming, by the way. So we'll be here to bring that game to you.
Yeah, a lot of good teams here that's coming up. And you're right, Locust Grove, they're excellent as well.
Nice shot by Faith Hopkins. One of the things that the Lady Indians look for, I mean, Coach Forkiller looks for is some good output by Faith Hopkins, and boy, here of late has not happened.
No, but we talked about Faith went scoreless in the first, but here we are. We're only 5 minutes into the second, and she's already put up 6 points just in this one quarter alone. I talked about the fact that she would probably get on, and she'd start to ginning as it related to scoring, and she certainly has done that. Here she is to the line again to shoot the 1-and-1.
Yeah.
17 fouls here for the Lady Bulldogs early, so the Lady Indians will be shooting from here on out, and Indians have 1 team foul so far throughout this game.
We talked about Faith Hopkins earlier in the season. We talked about, what an impact she would make on this team. It's in some ways it's happened, but it's hard to figure out, what has actually happened to Faith. Like toward the middle of the season, it seemed like everything just kind of started to go away for her. I mean, she was in foul trouble all the time, missing shots. I'm not sure how you can account for that.
Well, I've always said the offense needs to go through Faith Hopkins. I mean, that's kind of the way it was last year, and that's the way it needs to be this year. We've got several people. Autumn Miller, she can score in the low post. Delaney can stand out there and shoot the little floater in the 3. And Jessica, we all know she can shoot the 3. But when it comes to the day in, day out, week in, week out, the offense needs to run through Faith, and that's got a lot to do with our record. She's going to have to contribute and score points. Yeah. If you're kind of the nucleus of the offense, then you're going to have to produce, or else you're going to have a hard time winning ball games.
I think the question is, does Faith know that? We know that. Everybody sees that. But does Faith know that? Faith knows that. It's very tough being the leader of a team. I mean, but everybody looks to Faith Hopkins. There's no doubt about that. Even commentators like us.
Right, we do. I mean, when you come out and make an impact as a freshman, you're a pretty special player.
Yeah.
There she is again.
Yeah. And that's what she needs to do. I mean, she needs to continue doing that. If the fouls happen, they happen. If they don't, they don't. But she needs to play her game.
Well, I mean, she's came out big time here in the second quarter, Johnny. I said once again, she was scoreless in the first, and that just made her 10th point here just in the second quarter alone.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good quarter.
Yeah.
In high school basketball, and she still has a minute 35 here to play in the half.
Yeah. Tony Coleman for Wagoner for 2 points. It's 22-12 now. Lady Indians now lead it. Benson on the outside, feeds to Beach in the corner. Back to Benson. LaBasse at the top of the key. Benson feeds out to Beach. Beach looking to Hopkins. She's got it. 1:10 left here in the first half. Autumn Miller out to Beach. Shot, no good. Not her shot, I don't believe.
No, but I don't mind somebody taking a wide open shot. I always want to take a shot before you have a chance to turn the ball over. And she had a good look there, wide open, just couldn't convert.
Down to 40 seconds here left in the first half. Number 10 is Frankie Clark. Nice steal. Beach reaches in here. Benson, this is an easy 2. That's how the Lady Indians need to play. They need to just keep doing that. Not be afraid to take a chance. Hopkins reaches in. She's going to be calling for a foul.
Well,
That's only her first personal foul.
yeah, it is. Second team foul, I mean, it's a real clean game. And, we talked just a few short minutes ago, we talked about how Coach Forkiller was going to take a timeout because they had kind of closed the game and scored the previous 6 points, and we only had a 4-point lead. Now, just like that, we're back up 12.
Yeah. Less than 10 seconds left here. It'll be a turnover by Wagoner.
Two and a half seconds right here. Have to make sure we get a shot off.
Beat into Autumn Miller. It's a Ness turnaround jumper, and she walked.
Yeah, Maria was aware of the clock. She knew exactly what she needed to do, but she tried to square to the basket, and in doing so, she did travel. So that was a good call.
Into the first half, Lady Indians lead at 24-12. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network. We'll be right back.
I am a high school student athlete, which means I'm still learning some of life's most important lessons.
I am learning how to persevere through difficult and challenging times.
And about determination and playing for my teammates.
I'm learning to respect my opponent.
Through participating in activities at my school.
Mom, Dad, Coach.
With time, I won't remember the wins and losses.
But I will remember what I learned about how you acted towards my teammates,
opponents, officials, and other fans.
What lessons do you want me to learn?
Sportsmanship is everyone's responsibility. Do the right thing.
This message was brought to you by the Oklahoma Secondary School Activities Association.
Welcome back to the Catoosa Student Activity Center. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. Bill, I think he's probably out sailing the ocean somewhere. I don't know where he's at. No telling. Glad you could join us. Wagoner comes in here struggling. Indians are taking advantage of that. They jump out to a good start here in the first half.
Yeah, definitely so, Johnny. We got off to a very, very slow start, but we talked about it in the pregame. We need girls that are willing to take shots when they have good looks. And we started out 0 for 5 or 0 for 6. They were willing to put the ball up, though, and I like that. And we talked about Faith's struggles early on. And sure enough, no sooner than we start talking about her needing to put up some points, she comes out and has a huge second quarter, puts up 10, and then Lady Indians out to a comfortable lead.
Yeah, when they're playing against a team like Wagoner, this is a good opportunity for them to look at some different things and really kind of address what they need to do to compete with a better team. Wagoner struggling, of course, only 3 wins on the season. So this is a good chance for them to say, this is what we can do, this is what we need to operate on, we need to work on this. It's a good chance to do that.
Yeah, it is, but they still are going to have to pay attention to what's going on. They've got a comfortable lead here, but there's still a lot of basketball to be played here. We saw how quickly they can come back. But to your very point, yes, it's a team that you can kind of work on a few things with and still come away possibly with a victory. The big deal there is that the success that you have tonight doesn't necessarily translate into any success that you may have when you go to Hilldale, Locust Grove, Fort Gibson.
Yeah. Just
entirely different clubs.
Yeah, and Locust Grove coming to town on Friday night, so that'll be a big test for the Lady Indians.
It certainly will. They're good. They're good. Hilldale's good. Fort Gibson's good, but one game at a time. Absolutely. It's going to be a challenge for the Lady Indians. I still think this team's got the ability to go ahead and go out and win a few games down the stretch, but they're going to have to play better basketball to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's halftime. The Lady Indians up big here at halftime. We'll see if they can keep it going on the second half. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. We're going to take you down to the floor for the halftime, and then we'll be back with second half action. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network.
Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology's flight program is designed to get you flying in your first week. You can spend less time in lectures and more time practicing what you've learned, so you could be certified in only 12 months. Also, our degree graduates are able to go for their ATP certification with reduced flight hours. Train for a career as a cargo, corporate, or airline pilot. For more information on starting an exciting new career, go to spartan.edu. Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology's flight program is designed to get you flying in your first week. You can spend less time in lectures and more time practicing what you've learned, so you could be certified in only 12 months. Also, our degree graduates are able to go for their ATP certification with reduced flight hours. Train for a career as a cargo, corporate, or airline pilot. For more information on starting an exciting new career, go to spartan.edu.
Back to Catoosa Sports Network. We're at the Catoosa Student Activity Center. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. Lady Indians hosting the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. 24-12 lead. Jimmy, that's not enough.
No, it's not, but it's comfortable. I mean, it's a great start. Anytime you got your opponent doubled at halftime, you're always in a pretty good position, especially when it's a 12-point margin. But
and I say that because normally that would be a pretty good lead, and you could do a lot of different things. But the way the season's been going for the Lady Indians and Wagoner, I mean, anything can happen.
Certainly can. The Lady Indians have to continue to just do the same thing they did in the first half: shoot it before you turn it over, and try to knock some of them down. Right there, just what we talk about. Faith took a little bit of a step. They call her for traveling. We turn it over before we get a chance to take a shot, and that just robs you of a possession.
Yeah. See, those little things like that, in my opinion, should not be happening. Not this far into the season. They just, they're too many. I mean, they've had a lot of game experience, a lot of time on the floor. They know what this is all about, and we're like I say, we're on the bottom side of the schedule, and it's certainly not going to get any easier.
Absolutely not on that, I'll tell you for sure.
24-12, Lady Indians lead it as we start the second half here. Delaney LaBasse on the defense. Number 10 is Frankie Clark, turns it over.
Yeah, real good there. Defensive move there by Autumn. She saw that pass, anticipated. I mean, she stepped in front and knocked it down and then grabbed it.
Faith Hopkins feeds into Autumn, puts it up. Oh, looked like it was going to go in, but didn't.
Yeah, excellent pass there by Faith, too. She realized that Autumn got free on the baseline and got the ball in there. Autumn just couldn't get it up quick enough before that defender got over there to foul her, but nevertheless, she goes the line to shoot, too.
Fouls on Coleman. By the way, if you happen to notice that one of the officials who is close to the Catoosa bench, you might recognize him. He's Mike Mowbray's son.
All right.
Hall of Fame Catoosa track coach, one of his boys, Faith Hopkins, with a nice layup, gets the bucket, and she is fouled. She'll go to the line and shoot one, try to cap off a three-point play here. That's what Faith is good at. I mean, she is good at doing stuff like that, and she needs to do more of it.
Rare miss of a free throw right there for Faith as well.
Faith usually is automatic from the free throw line. Well, if you want to have anybody at the free throw line, it's Faith Hopkins.
And, I mean, she's been like that from day one, Johnny. I mean, she stepped on the floor as a freshman at that Haskell tournament just last year and stepped right up and made a free throw with no time on the clock to win the game for the Lady Indians.
Yep. Marley Medding for two. 5:55 left here in the third quarter. 27-14, Lady Indians lead. Wagner comes away with the rebound. Driving on Faith Hopkins, the shot up, no good. Wagner with the rebound. Try to feed into Tony Coleman, goes out of bounds on the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. Faith Hopkins will inbounds to Delaney LaBasse. LaBasse been kind of quiet on the scoring end of this game.
Yeah, no points for Delaney just yet. So
another nice shot by Hopkins. It's almost a replay of the last 2 points that she made.
You know, we talked about the slow start. Now, and I even said it. I said, yeah, she's getting up with 12, 13, 14 points at the end of the night. She's blown that away. She's got 16 on the night so far.
Caps off the three-point play. We'll be back. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network. Indians lead it 30-14.
At RCB Bank, you are not just a number. You are our neighbor, friend, coworker, PTA partner, business owner down the street, and so much more. We value our relationship with you. We are here to serve you at any of our locations or online at rcbbank.com. With over 50 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, we're everywhere you need us to be. RCB Bank is your hometown community bank, interested in your financial well-being. RCB Bank, that's my bank.
30-14, Lady Indians lead it here in the third quarter, hosting the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs struggling this year, as is a lot of teams actually, but feed inside, no good. Ness comes away with the rebound. Here comes Delaney LeBass. Pulls up. Benson for three. She's got it. And she was fouled on the process. The basket is good.
That's the third time, Johnny. We're about 3.5 minutes, just barely 3 minutes into this quarter. That's the third time that we've put a girl on the line for the old-style traditional three-point play.
Tony Coleman called for the foul. Benson caps it off.
Lady India's been averaging 1 per minute. That don't happen very often.
Yeah, right. 34-14, Lady Indians lead it. Wagner brings it down. Trying to find something inside. There's a shot. Ness does a good job on the defense. Gets the arms up. She's tall. She's like 6'2", something like that, 6'1".
You hit the nail on the head. I mean, that was great defense. Arms were straight up, didn't put a body, no curve, and just really forced the girl to have to go up and over, and it wasn't even close.
Autumn Miller's shot, no good. Back out. Hopkins, pull-up jumper, no good. Wagner with the rebound. Delaney LeBass on the defense. Out of bounds on the Lady Indians.
Yeah, good job there by Delaney, too. Just stepped in, slapped the ball away, and able to let the rest of the team get there. Now they can set up in the full defensive side, and pretty good job there.
J.C. Beats checks in for the Lady Indians. Outshot by Kara Bruce for three.
Left her just a little bit too open. Faith did all she could to get out there and get a hand up, but the shot was already gone, and she knocked it down.
LeBass drives, pulls out to Hopkins, three-point shot, no good. J.C. tries to put it up, and it's blocked. That's a no-brainer there. She's just she's about 5 foot and some change, and to be underneath the basket, try to put that up, it's kind of a good effort.
Yeah, she realized she had a chance, but that chance closed up really quick. And you're right, she's just a small girl. She gets into the land of the bigs and didn't really stand a chance on that. She's got to shoot outside the perimeter. Yeah. But good idea to put it back.
Yeah, 3:41. 3:41 left here in the third quarter. Emma Roy back in. Frankie Clark's at the line for Wagner. Gets the second one to go. Timeout, Lady Bulldogs. We'll be back to the Activity Center. You're watching us on the Catoosa Sports Network. We'll be right back.
I guess you can say influence comes in all shapes and sizes. It can push you around and make you feel stupid. It can pressure you to do things you're not really into, and to try to fit in no matter what. It's when you start to recognize the influences around you that you can stand up and just be yourself. My name's Gina, and this is what Above the Influence means to me.
Well, the Indians with a Lady Indian with a comfortable lead right now, Jimmy, 34-18, but, anything can happen.
Yeah, but they've just, they've done a great job expanding on that 12-point lead that they had at half, so I feel like they definitely have this game in hand now. I like what I see. I like the fact that we've got 34 points here. It's a lot of people, different people getting in on the scoring now. And it all comes back to the level of competition that you're playing, though. I mean, we know that, but it doesn't matter. It's nice to see that these Lady Indians are actually having some success here.
Yeah, right. You don't want to take away from the success that they're having during this game, but and they're, again, this is a good opportunity for them to work on the things that have been kind of hampering them throughout the season, and it seems to me like they're doing that. Hopkins brings it back to the outside, back to Delaney Bass, looks over to Autumn Miller. Miller swings back to Hopkins. Pull-up jumper, no good. Hopkins gets her own rebound, puts it up, and she's fouled. Good playing right there.
Yeah, real good job. Faith followed the shot, went up hard, fought for the rebound, got up the loose ball, put it right back up, and got fouled from behind. And now our best free throw shooter is back on the line to shoot 2.
First one drops. Nothing but net almost. Mariah McLeod steps in for the Lady Indians, 36-18. Coach Forkiller trying to get some game time in for some of the bench players that need that time.
Yeah, Mariah,
sure.
She's she's been playing about number 7 all year, so she gets on the floor every now and then, but definitely nice to see her out there at a time when we still have 11 minutes to go here in this game, and it's nice to see that I think we'll get a few more of them out there as well.
Fouls on Benson. That's her first personal foul, second team foul on the Lady Indians. Well, Mariah comes in, then spends a little bit of time in there, and then she'd back out. LaBasse brings it down. Out to Autumn Miller. Miller looking inside, back to LaBasse. LaBasse at the top of the key, drives, pulls back out to Beach. Into LaBasse. Benson. Not a good pass. 2 defenders standing there. There's no way that was going to make it.
Yeah, Delaney hasn't done a lot of scoring. She doesn't have any points here tonight. She hasn't taken that many shots. But offensively down there just then, Johnny, she dribble penetration. That's always what's really nice for a point guard. Mm-hmm. As soon as she did that, she kicked the ball right back to JC. That's a shot that you can have it. You can take that shot. Yeah. Anytime you get your point guard gets 3 people on you and kick it out, that leaves you wide open.
Point guards are actually, they're there to call the signals and to get everybody set up. The point guards are not really known for a lot of scoring. That's up to the people inside. Her job, Delaney's job, actually, is to get that all set up. Autumn Miller for a nice 2-point shot.
Real good drive, real good left-handed move there. I know she's left-handed, but the way she moved the ball to her offhand, or that's her on-hand, but it was excellent the way she got the ball on the left side of the rim and put it up.
18-point lead by the Lady Indians. Backcourt on Wagner. Lady Indians will inbound. LaBasse to inbound. Looks to Beach. She's got it. 1:42 left here in the third quarter. Lady Indians with an 18-point lead here. They need this win really bad.
Yeah, they do. It's give them a little bit of momentum. We talked earlier about the struggles throughout the port city, and You know, I talk about it all the time. When it's your team, you always want them to win.
Yeah. Jessica Benson for a three-point shot, 41-21 now, Lady Indian. A lot of good competition in the Port City Classic. I mean, the Lady Indians are, I wouldn't say we're outclassed, but certainly there was some good competition.
Yeah, it was. It was a good tournament. We talked about attendance. It would have nice to have seen that a little bit better.
Yeah.
But, yeah, excellent basketball, and a lot of people put in tons of hard work.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people that are really step up to make that tournament happen.
Yeah, and congratulations to the Victor Christian Lady Conqueror. They were repeat champions, and then Edison Eagles, Tulsa Edison Eagles. They've always had a fine team, but they had an excellent team this year. It was fun watching that both those championship ball games.
Yeah, it was. It was good. It was excellent basketball once it got down to those championship games.
Yeah.
Those teams that made it deserved to be there, and they put on a good show for the fans here that was in attendance that night.
Yeah, and the Catoosa Indians certainly made their presence known as they beat Claremore in the first round, and then they had a struggle in the second round, but took care of business for third place, and congratulations to them for their third place finish.
Yeah, they struggled in that second game, but when it was all said and done,
it was Edison who eventually won the ball.
Edison eventually won the tournament, and we lost one quarter in that game.
Yeah.
Everything else was a tie. The second quarter just got us. We gave up a couple of big inbound plays, and gave up two free throws on a technical foul. It's just you can put your hand on where them points went.
Yeah.
But Edison was a good club.
Yeah. Lady Indians with the rebound. LaBasse feeds to Beach. Beach pull-up jumper. She's got it. 2 point. 43-21. 25 seconds left here in the third quarter.
There again, we talked about your point guard. Excellent pass to Beach over there on the right wing, and she knocked it down.
Yeah. Maria Ness comes away with the rebound. There's Beach with the ball. Goes to her right. Benson for three, almost off the front part of the rim. 43-21, Lady Indians lead it. We're going to the fourth quarter. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network. We'll be right back.
I guess you can say influence comes in all shapes and sizes. It can push you around and make you feel stupid. It can pressure you to do things you're not really into, and to try to fit in no matter what. It's when you start to recognize the influences around you that you can stand up and just be yourself. My name's Gina, and this is what Above the Influence means to me.
We're back to the Catoosa Student Activity Center. Johnny Casillas along with Jimmy Keeter. Lady Indians lead at 43-21 against the Wagoner Lady Bulldogs. Just the kind of game that they need to get back on track, Jimmy.
Yeah, they've done a good job here. Have a commanding lead now that we move into this fourth and final period, and definitely we'll be able to come away with the win and see how this translates into whatever success we may have Friday night as we host the Locust Grove Pirates for homecoming.
Yeah, and here's a good chance for Coach Forkiller to start putting in some fresh legs and to see what some of these girls that have been sitting on the bench they can do, and this is a good opportunity for them to do that. Autumn Miller's on the defense. Out of bounds on Wagner. LaBasse will inbound to Mariah McLeod. Mariah back out to Autumn Miller. Back to LaBasse. This is Benson on the outside. Looking inside to feed it. Tries to get it into Emma Roy. Emma Roy puts it back out to McLeod. Miller. Benson drives the baseline, pulls it back out, nobody there.
She thought she was going to have Emma cutting through the lane, and Emma kind of checked up. Just threw the ball away, though.
Yeah. In a game like this, you can get away with mistakes like that. It's a good time to correct them, talk to each other and say that, that's a – but in a tight game and steep competition, you can't get away with that.
No, you absolutely can't.
LaBasse commits the foul. Frankie Clark's at the line, and she taps off a three-point play. 6:51 left here in the ball game. 43-24, Lady Indians lead it. McLeod on the outside, looking for help, gets it to Autumn Miller. Across to LaBasse. LaBasse to McLeod. Inside to a good pass. Emma Roy, no good. Emma just didn't have control of that ball enough to make it work.
No, she didn't. She lost it on the way up.
Got it up. LaBasse to Benson. Autumn Miller for three, no good. McLeod with a rebound. Back out to LaBasse. 6:09 left here in the ball game. This game is well in hand with the Lady Indians. McLeod to Autumn Miller. Back to Benson. Benson looking inside. Feeds it to Emma Roy. Emma puts it up and she fouled.
Yeah.
Good play.
Yeah, a great pass by Jessica to get it over the top and get it into Emma. Emma just should have taken that one more step and put it up on the other side of the rim.
Yeah.
But anyway, she's still going to go to the line to shoot two.
Yeah. Well, Emma's not a left-handed shooter, so that's probably why she chose the right side rather than the left side. Roy, nothing but net on the second shot. 45-24, Lady Indians lead. 5:55 left here in the ball game. Get a reminder, as soon as this game's over, we'll be signing off, but then we'll be back on the air to bring you the Calusa Indians and the Wagoner Bulldogs. Boy, that's going to be a dandy.
It is. I'm looking forward to that game.
Yeah.
It's going
to be a fast pace,
Wagner
gun type shoot.
Wagner boys have a pretty good team this year,
Yeah.
so it should be an exciting game to watch.
Yeah, Indians coming off of some good momentum, coming in with third place win at the Port City with a big win over Broken Bow.
Yeah, a little bit of momentum coming in, a great win over Broken Bow, a big win over Claremore, and gave the overall winner really all they wanted for three quarters of the game.
Yeah.
So pretty good performance by the boys team here at the Port City.
It was a disappointing loss to Edison. We really thought that they would be able to take care of business, but Edison was just too much. Five minutes left here in the ball game. Lady Indians lead at 45-24 against the Lady Bulldogs. Autumn Miller on the outside, cross court to Hopkins, and she walked.
That's a violation that we talk about all the time. You know, Bill and I have been talking about it all season, and it just happens. You know, when you're in practice, there's nobody blow the whistle when you make that move, and in the game, you have to put that ball on the floor before you do that, and it's kind of what you practice, what you preach. You know, it's every day they do it. It's hard to get away from it.
It's going to be on Jessica Benson. That's her third personal foul. McLeod back in. Pruitt goes out. (45-26) now. 4 minutes and about 40 seconds left here in the ball game. Hopkins on the outside to McLeod. McLeod feeds into Benson. 3-point shot, no good. Yes, it is. Off the rim and back. Oh, my apologies, Jessica Benson.
She got the roll, Johnny.
She did. Out of bounds on Wagner. 4:12 left here in the ball game. 48-26, thanks to a 3-point shot by Jessica Benson.
$18 points on the night for Jessica. That's going to be one of her higher scoring games, if not her highest scoring game this year, Johnny.
Absolutely. Hopkins, drive, pull-up jumper, no good. Way short. I'm not sure if that was tipped or not, but might have been.
It looked like it might have been.
Benson back in, McLeod back out. Oh, nice block by Jessica Benson. Got nothing but ball on that block. Beach. And she walked.
Yep, she did. A good call.
Stopped, but took a step.
Well, couldn't keep from dragging her pivot foot.
Yeah.
And, she had too much momentum going down court, and that was all she wrote.
Yeah. Kara Bruce, number 2 with the ball. Foul's going to be on Beach.
Yeah, that's two reaching fouls. I mean, JC's only committed 2 fouls, but both of them have been a reach that was at midcourt. She certainly doesn't need to be doing that.
Yeah, and the games in the Port City, she did the same thing. She had a lot of reaching fouls that. I understand. When you're that close to the ball, it's easy, but you don't know if the referee's going to call that. I mean, it has to be. You got to be around the front more, and she does a lot of reaching in.
Yeah.
LaBasse out to Hopkins. Hopkins back out to Jessica Benson. A shot by Hopkins, no good. LaBasse. Less than 3 minutes left now here in the ball game. Jessica's going to get stopped over there on the outside. Autumn Miller feeds into Emma Roy for 2. Nice play.
Good ball movement. Found the open person, and she got it right there for a layup.
Yeah. Emma Roy did it right that time. She just like she did before. She got rid of it, but it was partially blocked. But that time she got it in and out. Good job. Maria Ness back in. Autumn Miller back out. Hopkins. LaBasse now calling signals. She's at the top. Into Hopkins. Hopkins looking inside, back out to, got number 1 in there, Kaylee King.
Yeah, Kaylee's another one, Johnny. She's been getting in a few games, comes in late, but, I think she's probably playing about number 8 right now, 8 or 9.
The foul is on Tony Coleman. That's her 5th personal foul. She's done for the night. McLeod comes back in. Hopkins back out. Maria Ness at the line. Shoots it up, and it's good. This is the second shot. And she hustled back.
Yep, she's back, ready for defense.
2 minutes left here in the ball game. Lady Indians lead it 51-31 now, courtesy of Megan Hawkins with that three-point shot. LaBasse out to McLeod. McLeod back over to Delaney. 1:48 left here now. It's going to be kind of a takeaway or ball control for the Lady Indians, or it should be. Ness back out. I don't know if they can hold on to it for a minute and a half, but they might be able to. Nope. Jump ball. Lady Indians retain possession.
Yep, King did a good job there. She saw Maria cutting through the lane. She was open, got the ball to her. Maria just couldn't convert the turnaround jumper.
Emma gets the rebound, tries to put it up, and she is fouled. Foul's on Frankie Clark. (52-34). Lady Indians with a commanding lead here with about a minute left here in the ball game. Out of bounds on Wagner. .103 left here in the ball game. 52-34. We'll be back. You're watching the Catoosa Sports Network.
Spartan College of Aeronautics and Technology's flight program is designed to get you flying in your first week. You can spend less time in lectures and more time practicing what you've learned, so you could be certified in only 12 months. Also, our degree graduates are able to go for their ATP certification with reduced flight hours. Train for a career as a cargo, corporate, or airline pilot. For more information on starting an exciting new career, go to spartan.edu.
At RCB Bank, you are not just a number. You are our neighbor, friend, coworker, PTA partner, business owner down the street, and so much more. We value our relationship with you. We are here to serve you at any of our locations or online at rcbbank.com. With over 50 locations across Oklahoma and Kansas, we're everywhere you need us to be. RCB Bank is your hometown community bank, interested in your financial well-being. RCB Bank, that's my bank.
.103 left here in the ball game. 52-34. Lady Indians lead it. Pruitt's in there now for the Lady Indians. A lot of new players in there. Number 5, Mackenzie Bergeron. J.C. Beach is in there. Jana Lightfoot, one of the seniors on the team.
Yep, one of the few. I think we have 3.
Only have 3. And number 25, Bethany Pruitt. I call her Bethany No Smile Pruitt. She does not smile. She'll grin every now and then, but she does not smile. 45 seconds left. Beach brings the ball down for the Lady Indians. Over to King. Back out to Beach. 25 seconds. Pruitt with the ball. Pruitt is a good ball player.
Yeah, she is.
I like her.
Yeah, I do too. She's not afraid to shoot it.
No.
She gets in a few games here.
Sometimes
she gets in, if there's somebody has a little bit of foul trouble, she gets in when there's meaningful minutes.
Yeah. She's got some good basketball skills. I mean, from what I've seen from her, I haven't watched a lot of the JV games, but she does have some good basketball skills. Into the ball game. Lady Indians win it 52-35. good win for the Lady Indians. They needed this really bad.
They did. I'm happy for them. We talked about the fact that Wagoner doesn't have the best of a squad, but nevertheless, it's a win. You take it. You get ready to host Locust Grove here. The quality of the team that we play this coming Friday night here for homecoming definitely ratchets up a little bit, but you certainly take a win anytime you can get it. I'm happy for them, and a lot of girls had a pretty big game scoring-wise here tonight.
Yeah. That'll do it for us here at the Activity Center for the girls' game. We'll sign off, then we'll be back shortly as the Indians take on the Wagoner Bulldogs. For Jimmy Keeter, Johnny Casillas, and the broadcast crew, so long, everybody.